Hello everyone, welcome to our MVP lecture. And before I get started, let me introduce myself. My name is Sherry Ann Lee Angoy. I'm a co-founder and COO of StreetBuy. StreetBuy is a Mindanaoan super app, and we are the first Filipino super app. And our mission at StreetBuy is to provide an affordable platform for SMEs. Today, what I'll be doing is I'll be sharing with you what MVP is. I will be breaking down the different aspects of MVP. Ultimately, by the end of this course, you will have a good overview of MVP. You will know the benefits, the challenges, and the application of MVP in an agile environment. We will also review a few companies who used MVP, and most importantly, by the end of this course, we will all have a good idea on how to build a minimum viable product. I hope you will get something out of today, something you can implement and benchmark for your startup endeavor. So MVP is also known as minimum viable product. It is a concept that was made popular by Lean Startup, a book written by startup founder Eric Ries. In this book, Eric discusses the business approach that is very popular in the startup industry nowadays. Most founders use this to validate ideas. So the concept includes launching an actual product, but only with the most, and let me repeat, with the most basic and important features that hit the needs or the main needs of users, just enough to get the attention of early adopters. Launching a new product or service includes uncertainties. I'm sure as startup founders, we all agree to that. We're not even certain if customers are ready to use it or willing to pay for it. This is where MVP comes in. It can help give the founders a reality check by getting feedback from the customers. Lastly, since we know that part of the success of a new application or a product is its unique value proposition, MVP comes in handy as it allows us to get insights on market trends and customer needs. So let's talk about the definition of MVP. The concept of minimum viable product was defined as an important part of Eric's Lean Startup book. Again, MVP stands for minimum viable product. In his book, he stressed that the MVP methodology is something that helps startups and businesses make better and faster decisions while being less wasteful of time, money, and effort, yet still doing things that are scalable and big. A minimum viable product is the smallest thing you can build that delivers customer value. Another key characteristics of MVP or the MVP method is the continuous process of data and feedback gathering from early adopters. And as we all know, early adopters are people or persons who start using technology as it comes available to the market. They are the ones who want the latest and the greatest. I do want to note that the most important thing to remember about MVP is that it is the smallest or the most minimum thing you can build to deliver customer value. Now, let's talk about the purpose of MVP. The first one is to launch a product quickly. Ultimately, MVP's main goal is to help release the product quickly. And as I mentioned earlier, MVP is the smallest thing you can build that delivers customer value. Because of this concept, or because this concept aims to produce the most basic feature, it leads to a quicker release to market. The second purpose is also tied to the first, which is to tie the idea or to test the idea before making more expensive improvements. As Eric Ries said, MVP is the version of a new product which allows a team to collect maximum amount of validated learning about the customer's needs. This sets founders and companies, entrepreneurs up for testing ideas, yet avoiding to waste time in development and money, ultimately saving the startup and making expensive improvements. The other thing about this is that early adopters mostly want to get their hands on a new product, not necessarily because of the product's advanced features, but the product has a specific solution to their problems. So building a product with many features may not be ideal as it might lead to costly rework. This can cost time and money. Now, the last purpose of MVP is to learn what the target customers demand from the company. Because a huge part of MVP concept involves collecting feedback from the customers almost in every step, this minimizes the challenge in most startups, which I truly believe the one of the challenges most startups have is truly knowing what the customers need. There are many entrepreneurs out there, there are many startup founders who fall in this quote unquote, we think we understand our users. But the hard truth is, it's easy to assume, but hard to truly know. Once you put an MVP product in the hands of your users, this will tell you what is missing, thus knowing what's truly important for them. Based on their feedback, you can then prioritize your next set of features that you want to target. Now, let's tackle the advantages of MVP. First is that it gives us a better understanding of customers' needs. One of the MVP's advantages is that it allows founders, entrepreneurs, and companies a better understanding of customers' needs. Because MVP allows a quicker market release, the customer can test the most basic feature. The sooner the consumer can test the product, the sooner they can provide which features they need the most and which features can be added to the next release. With this, they can provide feedback that can help in the effective development of the advanced version of it. This is very important because customer feedback is far better than any business assumptions of any startup founders or any entrepreneurs out there. Secondly, as we know with the MVP concept, when we design a new product, we focus on a single and most minimum feature that provides value to the majority of our customers instead of developing a complete product with advanced feature. This is advantageous to companies as they don't have to spend money and time in design and development of features that may be lucrative but is not truly of use. This is also very important because to startups, as we know, at an early stage, most of us bootstrap and use our own money, which means we're financially limited. The third thing is quicker release. I've already mentioned this earlier, but just to kind of emphasize, because in MVP we only produce the core functionality, it's advantageous that it speeds up the release of the product and able to test assumption based on the feedback of the customers. Lastly, the concept of development of only the bare minimum feature minimizes the risk of launching a large-scale product that may take more time, more money, and that's not tested and lack market feedback. Now in the next two slides, I'll be showing you some statistics that truly shows how important MVP is. So these statistics provide support that there is a need in adopting this concept. If you look at the first three bullets, All these three can be addressed by the first advantage that we tackled earlier, which is better understanding of customer needs. As you see, CB Insights said that there are about 42 startups out there right now with no market need. They also said that about 17% of startups have solutions that are unfriendly to users, and 14% of startups out there ignore customer feedback. Now, these last two bullets, which states 10% of startup fail within the first year, according to Failery, and according to CBS Insight, other major reasons for startup failures are from pricing, cost issues, user unfriendly products, poor marketing, and product mistiming. All of these, if you think about the four advantages that we tackled earlier, they can be addressed by those advantages or can be prevented by those advantages. Again, let me repeat the four advantages. Better understanding of customer needs, which will help us with the first bullet. Lower cost, quicker release, and minimal risk. So that's it for the quick overview of MVP. In the next segment, we will be tackling the benefits of MVP.